Yeah, sorry guys. Hopefully this has a little bit better video here since it just canceled when I got a phone call, so that was really annoying. So I don't even know if that was uploaded because it seemed to restart the clock when the phone call happened. So I don't know if that canceled it completely, but whatever. So we'll go back to what I wanted to talk about. Not real big news, like I said before, but it looks like Markelle Fultz will not be wearing the number 20 this season. It doesn't look like Frenchie didn't want to give it up. I guess Markelle didn't want to pay $400,000 to get the number 20, which I don't blame him. You are the number one pick. You got your bread. I wouldn't be spending that kind of money on a number, even though I feel like TLC, being the lesser of the prospects, should have just given it to you, being as you're one of the building blocks and he's just a role player. So that kind of happens when guys leave the teams. You know, say superstars or potential superstars leave the team, they kind of give up their number, you know, unless it's retired or something like that. But he should have given them the number. But regardless, he's going to wear number 7. So I kind of like that, even though he didn't get the number 20, what he wore through college. But I think he wore the number 7 either in middle school or in high school for DeMatha. But regardless, he's going to wear number 7. It's really not a historic number for the Sixers. A couple guys have worn it since they've been here. Andre Miller. From 06 to 09, he played for us. Kind of a, chipmunk, chubby-looking point guard. Wasn't anything special. And then John Salmons, who was okay. He was here for 4 years from the U. Philadelphia guy, White Marsh, represent. So I just like John Salmons just because he was Philly. He was an okay player. Decent wing defender. Could score the ball a little bit. Very inconsistent. Was really good there with Sacramento there for a while. He was putting up double-digit numbers for a couple years, but regardless, hopefully he can put this number up there, make it something special in the Sixers organization, since it really hasn't stood out like other names that we've had hanging in the rafters. So hopefully at one point that number 7 will be his number and it'll be hanging in the rafters. But he debuts tonight against the Seas. It's going to be a fun game. I know I've been waiting for it ever since we drafted this kid, or even since we traded for it. We knew we were going to get Fultz. I've been waiting to see him play. I really don't feel like waiting until the season starts. So this is what Summer League kind of brings to us super fans that really get to see our players play, especially since we've been so plagued with injuries over the past couple seasons, which sucked. But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to jinx it. He's going to be healthy. Everybody's going to be healthy this year. So we will see what happens. Maybe this turns into a budding rivalry. I hope it does. Let's see, maybe the Celtics regret passing on Fultz because they seem to like Tatum more than Fultz. They think he's a better prospect. They liked him better. I don't see it that way. I think Fultz is going to be a superstar. Just the way he can control a game, he can play off the ball. You know, we've talked about this. He can score at all 3 levels. Jason Tatum, they said they were going to take him number 1 regardless, but they figured they'd get some picks. The Celtics, obviously, is who I'm talking about. I don't see it. I don't think he's a superstar potential. I think he's a great ISO scorer. He doesn't really play well with a team. He's not super athletic. It's real stiff in the hips. I think he'll get hurt in transition. He doesn't really play good team ball, like I said before. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. You need to follow these two kids' careers over the next couple of years because we are... we traded with the Celtics, and they gave up on the potential superstar Markelle Fultz. I don't really trust Danny Ainge's, evaluations of players anyway. If you look at what he's drafted after that haul, that King's ransom he's gotten from Brooklyn, he really hasn't gotten a prospect that stands out to you. So for him to really pass on Fultz, I think that really speaks volumes for what Danny Ainge is. He might be the masterminds of collecting assets, but turning them assets into great players hasn't really been his forte. So that's fine. I mean, I don't really care. I think we won on draft night. I think we really have a potential superstar in our hands, but we will see tonight. We will follow these guys' careers and see what happens. But I hope this turns into a budding rivalry. I know we have a little bit of rivalry going on with the Milwaukee Bucks since we got stiffed for the Rookie of the Year. I know it's like a pointless award, but still. It's just the principle of the whole thing. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to be wearing green. It's just, this is the only shirt I have left. I should be rocking the blue, you're right. So, sorry about that. He is a superstar. Don't even question that. Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping. He has the best potential to be a superstar. nobody's a sure thing, but he's close to a sure thing. You know, you have a couple players like LeBron, you know, MJ, but I definitely think he is a superstar in the making. He can score on all 3 levels, and I can't wait for it. I think so. Oh, no? What do you mean, Kai? But we'll see. What do you guys think? Do you agree with him playing, or is everybody afraid that he's going? I don't even want to say the word. I don't even want to jinx it. But I would like to see him play all this. I don't think he should play as hard during preseason. Didn't our rookies outplay Brogdon last year? Yeah, we did. I think we got screwed by the league, and I think they gave it to him because he was on a better team. Oh, he thinks Rozier is good. Yeah, I don't trust Danny Ainge's evaluation on players at all. I mean, look at the track record. Look at the King's ransom he got from Brooklyn, and look at the players. Who really stands out to you to be a superstar? Kelly Olynyk? Terry Rozier? Demetrius Jackson? Jaylen Brown? Like, what? I don't know why he took Jaylen Brown at number 3 last year. I thought that was a huge whiff. So, he can be the king of getting draft picks off of people and, you know, fleecing other GMs and getting and collecting assets, but that's not the name of the game. You got to collect assets and turn them into something, kind of like Sam Hinkie did. You said, I think so. Come on, man. I watch all his college games. He's my favorite player, and I'm a Sixers fan. I love it. I'm excited for him. Don't offer a lot of first-round picks for Winslow. Yeah, no. Winslow, yeah, he really hasn't converted. You know, that's just to the point to where he converted in college. He was a really good three-point shooter. Was terrible at the foul line, and it hasn't converted into the NBA. Aaron Gordon's been a guy. Stanley Johnson, although I think Stanley shot a little bit better for the free throw line. But it seems to be troublesome. That's what scouts look for. Guys that can shoot the 3 in college, shoot a high percentage, but do not hit in from the free throw line. But that's the thing to look out for, too, because Fultz shot a pretty high percentage from the three-point. I think he was like 42%, but he only shot 66% from the free throw line. But I'm not too worried about that. I think we have the right coaches in there that can really help him. Now, with the signing of J.J. Redick, he could really help him develop his shot. And it's not really broken. I think he's got a smooth stroke. It just needs some tweaking. But I can't wait for this game tonight. You know, I'll be watching a couple of these prospects because this is a renowned draft to being one of the best drafts in a while, probably since '03 when LeBron, Wade, and all them came out. So would keep an eye on it, but it's just great to have Sixers basketball back. Even though it's Summer League, it was exciting to watch Ben last year, and now we have yet another first overall pick playing in Summer League. So let's see him destroy the C's tonight. Bet he scores 27 points easy. I hope so, Kai. I hope he slices and dices them, cuts them up like cheese. We'll be able to see his ability to get to the cup, which I think is his strongest suit. Kick out. We'll see a little Korkmaz, too. I'm interested to see this kid. I've seen highlight videos. That really doesn't spell the story for international players, though. You really have to see the games. And those games are a lot harder to find on the internet. You got to find them on, like, the deep, dark internet, which I don't even know where to go to see them. Or if the Olympics, where, like, we got to see Dario. What's the deal with number 7? He announced that number 7 is his number now. It won't be number 20. TLC is going to keep it. Nope, TLC is not giving up number 20, guys. It looks like he was asking too much for it. He asked Markelle to give him $400,000. He wanted a brand new Lamborghini, 2017, and the base model for that is $400,000. So I guess Markelle said, screw that, I'm going to keep all my bread I got for being the number 1 overall pick. I'll take care of my family, and I'll just have my own number. I'll make my own, I'll make my own history with the number 7 as opposed to taking the number 20. So that's fine. Hopefully it's hanging up there in the rafters someday with AI, Dr. J, and all them guys, Hal Greer. And, number 7's in our logo. So maybe that's something. I like to be superstitious a little bit, so I'm going to go with that. Number 7 is going to be something in this town now. Because we had John Salmons and Andre Miller, and those were nothing. They were blips on the screen. He can keep that one in the G League. Yeah, we don't even know TLC's going to make the roster. He might. 7's my favorite number. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, me too, Kai. That's my favorite number. That's what I wore all throughout, middle school and high school, too. That was my number 7. So hopefully he represents, which I think he will, We'll get to see him score on all 3 levels. His ability to, cut to the basket, dish it out to the 3-point shooters. Yeah, Cork Maz, TLC too. He's going to have to bring his 3-and-D game. Let's see if he's improved his shot at all. But I can't wait for Summer League. This is great. And then we have a couple games in the Las Vegas League too. So Utah, I think it's a little less competition, and then it gets a little bit harder. I think he's going to be great too. I love to be optimistic. This kid's going to be a stud. It's going to be a building block going forward. We're going to have him, Embiid, Simmons. I just wish Simmons was able to play this year. I understand not playing him, which is fine. Summer leagues, they're pointless games. But you want to get these college kids out there because they haven't played in a while, especially Markelle, who only won the 9 games. I think it's been since like February. What number is JJ wearing? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know if he's going to keep his number from what he wore with the Clippers, or he's going to have another number. I mean, I don't think he really cares. He's getting $23 million, right? He can have any number he wants. I don't think he really cares. What did he wear out there? I think he wore 15 or 13 out there in LA. But I hope with the signing of JJ, they're able to teach these young kids about what to do in the NBA, how to work off the screens, the pin downs, and I think it's going to be a great leadership role for them. Are you showing the game? I'll try to. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate that. Do you think Griffin will be the same with all the injuries? Oh, yeah. I think they paid way too much to get Griffin. I mean, he wore number 4. Thank you, Philly. 2024. I wasn't sure what number I swore he wore 13 somewhere. Maybe it was Orlando where he wore that. No, he might have been 7. I mean, I don't know. But I'm very, very excited. I think Blake Griffin got overpaid, just to state a fact. I figure he just didn't care about going to win a championship. He's going to figure he's going to be the guy out there. But I'll do another video about free agency. I just want to talk a little bit more about the Summer League game. You guys have any questions? You think this is going to turn into a budding rivalry with Tatum versus Markelle Fultz being the number 1 pick versus number 3 pick? I mean, we could have taken Tatum at 3 if we stayed. He wore number 7 with the Magic. Thank you, Clark. I thought so. I'm all over the place. I'm throwing numbers out of left field. But I think it is going to be a budding rivalry, and it'll be interesting to see if Jason Tatum can really develop with this team. I think he's in a better situation because they were the number 1 seed last year. Bolden staying? I don't know if he is, Philly. 2024. Or 0024, I'm sorry. They disappear real quick, so I have like 2 seconds to read your comments. I think Bolden's going to be in the Summer League, but he still has 2 years left on his contract. And we'd have to be willing to buy them out, and I know the Sixers aren't willing to do that yet. So it might be still another year before we get him on the roster. But I think he's going to be a great fit, too, with his ability to be a stretch 4. He can handle the ball a little bit. He'd be really nice coming off the second unit. With Dario, if he doesn't decide to start, we could really start building our bench with international players. Plus, the poor man's Porzingis is still over there, too. Oh, he is playing. Oh, good. So we'll have him and Cork Maz. Oh, if you could put your last comment up there, Clark. It disappeared really quick. Sorry again, guys. I wish they stayed a little bit longer, but, multiple comments pop up. Any more questions before I get out of here? I'll try to find if I can. Do you think we're going to after any more free agents? I think we'll maybe go after one more. We're not gonna be as aggressive as everybody thinks we are. I think it's gonna be just like last year. We're not gonna sign too many guys, and it's just gonna be the 1-year deal. It's not gonna be anything sexy. Are you so handsome? Thank you, Venom. But I'd really like to get our international players going. Getting over here, I'd like to get that poor man's Porzingis, to watch a little bit of tape on him. I know he really wanted to come over here too, but again, he's got 2 years left on his contract. Plus, I want to see him play a little bit more competition in the Spanish league, because he really played for the Latvian league, which isn't as strong as the Spanish league. If I'm saying that right, I don't watch international basketball. Why isn't the home game playing in Summer League? Why isn't home games playing in Summer League? Maybe we'll re-sign Illy. I would love to get Illy back here. You were mad at the pick at first, Kai? You hated it? I thought you were, because I made a video about Markelle Fultz, and you seemed really pissed about it. I wasn't sure why. Because he was literally the only pick that made sense for the Sixers. Literally the only pick. Because we were sitting there guessing, what are we going to do at 3? This is a good site. Enjoy updates. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Who else is playing tonight? That might stand out. God, who is playing tonight? I don't have the schedule offhand. Oh, Korkmaz. Yeah, I didn't really know anything about Korkmaz either. They said he really lit it up. I really wanted to get, I can't remember his name at 26, but there was a center last year that I really wanted to get that could, stretch the floor and really help us out with rebounding since Ja really hasn't happened. Is JJ starting or coming? JJ, I think, is going to start. I definitely think he's going to start, and Markelle might even come off the bench. Any last questions? I'll take 2 more questions, then I'm going to get out of here, guys. Yeah, that guy, poor man's KP, I keep saying, he's got the skill set of Porzingis, but it's just not the same skill level. He can stretch the floor, he's athletic, he can move really well for a 7'2" guy. It's just not on the same level, so he'll never be what Porzingis is. Jonah, I believe, is playing. I think one of the commenters said he is playing tonight. So we'll get to see him, Korkmaz, and then, prize possession, Markelle Fultz play tonight. Is Jahlil... No, Jahlil Okafor is not good. He's terrible. That's why we had such an issue trading him. Boston didn't even want to give him away for Amir Johnson. That was a deal. Adrian made a video about that, and they weren't even willing to give up a 10-year vet for Ja. He's a fossil. He just doesn't fit in this NBA. He would 10 years ago, but even if he hustled and rebounded, somebody would be interested in picking him up, but he doesn't do any of that. He just sticks to his offensive post game, which is good, but you have to adapt in the NBA. I've kind of given up on Ja. Steak knives for Okafor. Tony, I don't know if that would even happen. That might even be too much for Okafor. A bag of garbage might be too much. A used washer might be too much for Jahlil Okafor. But you guys have any more questions, just leave them in the comment section. Appreciate you listening. Just wanted to get that out there. Can't wait for the Summer League game tonight. Let's go Sixers. Let's watch Markelle tear up the C's and make Danny Ainge and the Celtics regret passing on them and giving us a gift. All right, go Sixers. I'm out. I'm Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. Let's see him tear them up, guys. Peace.